Hey FD fam, what's happening? So, do you know sometimes when you get a video recommendation, sometimes you're like, whoa, what the heck? After you see the title and the thumbnail. This was literally one of those videos. When I saw the title and thumbnail, I almost lost my balance, almost knocked me over. So, it's probably clickbait, guys. I haven't seen this video yet, but let's take a look and see exactly what this video is really talking about.
I'll conclude with this. A close relative of the great Muslim apologist Ahmed Deedat told Josh McDowell that on the day before his death, Deedat requested that he bring him a copy of Josh's book, More Than a Carpenter. So, he brought a copy to Deedat, who then read portions of it. Deedat was apparently having second thoughts about Islam and was taking another look at Jesus.
Oh, okay. Contacted Sheikh, I'm Deedat's son. This is the response. His son said it's a lie in a ploy to advertise McDowell's book. Also indicated his father would never leave the Quran. Well, yeah, that's consistent with what we've seen from Ahmed Deedat, his videos. It's like he's really convinced that the Quran is 100% the truth and that Islam is the truth. He's saying shamefully misrepresenting Josh McDowell. Oh, okay, Josh. Seemingly close relative of his a few years ago when I was visiting South Africa and said I felt you need some details around the day before he died. He asked me to find a copy of your book, then brought it to him, and he read some of it. Okay, until it lived, there's a chance Deedat is in heaven. All Josh said that he was informed that Sheikh read a bit of his book before he passed away. Really, that's literally it. Then adds a wishful Christian thought. Okay, so the author isn't the one that's like making stuff up. It's this guy. Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Deedat was apparently having second thoughts about Islam and was taking another look at Jesus.
Debating Christians and working for Islam propagation, even from his sickbed. Yeah, that's true. Please don't spin and make reading for any other reason. Right. Right. He read a lot of books from different backgrounds just to educate people and learn for himself too. He was a very educated person. Seems what character literally or central conclusion caught. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a spin. Like even the author didn't spin it like that. Okay. Alright, what else? What's next? What's next? Okay, now let's turn the tables. There's a clear evidence that Nabil Qureshi on his death had a second thoughts. Funeral, First Baptist Texas. Okay, Nabil Qureshi was a Christian preacher.
Once every week, once every 2 weeks, just over dinner in my home, just he and I, and I'm going to give you today the first lesson that I ever gave him, which I think was the most impactful lesson. Then I'm going to give you also the last lesson that I gave him, which was given to him in the hospital just recently. And the first lesson was this. I asked him, I said, what have you been reading in the scriptures lately? And he showed me, and I said, so what have you been getting out of it? And he said, well, I've been, critiquing this and studying whether the relevancy of this portion and the authenticity of that portion. And I said, and what's God been saying to you? He says, well, really not a lot. I've just been critiquing it. And I said, that is your problem, Nabil. Every word in this book is true. Every word in the book is true. God has watched over his word to perform it. And I am so glad that you got all this education, but remember, every word in this book is true. You read the testimony of Billy Graham. It was not until he fell on his knees and said, Lord, I take every word in this book as truth. It was only then that his ministry burst forth. And I said, you have some repenting to do. So we got down on our knees right there in the kitchen. And he repented for not taking God's word as every word being true.
Okay.
There is some chatter on the internet that Nabil somehow denied the faith in the end. That is not true at all. I was with him almost every day for the last couple of months.
Yeah, so he would know. Set down the Quran, and surely we will guard it from. Okay, so even in the last example where the Christian speaker is speaking at Nabil Qureshi's funeral, that he would be somebody that would most likely know or have a more accurate account of what Nabil Qureshi was thinking and doing. And of course we can't see inside anybody's mind or anything, but chances are the person that is with the person who's dying will have a much better and more accurate account than somebody that has some random opinion and runs with some sort of speculation about it. And that's what we see in the case of Ahmed Deedat. It's like nowhere in his ministry that we ever see that he was second guessing Islam. As a matter of fact, he's probably one of the most sure people that I've ever come across, and I've seen a lot of videos about Islam and a lot of people talking about it. It was like Ahmed Deedat had an answer for everything, and his conviction was like one that was very unshakable. Like it was like next to impossible to shake his conviction from Islam. So this rumor of that he accepted Christianity on his deathbed, the first time I heard about it, that's why when I saw this title in the video, I was like, whoa, almost lost my balance, guys. Seriously. But yeah, that would have been nothing that I would have seen Ahmed Deedat being inclined to do. Like even on his deathbed, he was still preaching Islam. I've seen videos where he came up with like this facial movements that meant certain words. So even though he couldn't speak for the latter part of his life, he was still finding ways to communicate and sharing Islam. So yeah, it's unfortunate that people do spin things like this, and I understand why it happens. It's because people want to justify their religious stance, and when they see somebody of a different religion who is very prominent in that religion, and somehow maybe a rumor comes out that hey, they probably accepted the other religion, then you know you're more inclined to run with it, because it's like yeah, look, even if it's some rumor and speculation that you don't know for sure, you're more inclined to run with it. And that's, I think, what we see here, you know? So guys, that's my 2 cents on this. Let me know what your thoughts are about this. Sound off down below in the comment section. If you did enjoy this video, and if it did clear up some confusion, maybe you were wondering, hey, did Ahmed Deedat actually accept Christianity? Even his own son said, no, that's absolutely false. No, didn't happen. But if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.